We're going to talk about the understanding of the historical context in relation to the source question on the AQA A-level paper. As an example, if we focus on the Battle of Bosworth, a question you may expect would be, with reference to these sources and your understanding of the historical context, assess the value of these three sources to an historian studying the Battle of Bosworth in 1485. Now these are worth 30 marks, so it's quite important. For these questions you will need to have a strong understanding of the context surrounding the battle or other events in the War of the Roses. Factors which you need to be thinking about when facing this style of question in an exam will be the nature of Parliament during the 15th century, being able to detect influences within the government at a specific time, and the political tensions. You must have a sense of the period and know the events of the battle and the general impact it had.
Parliament at this time was volatile and changing. Parliament did not hold power in the same way which it does today, as the king was the head of the country who made all the key decisions. This left Parliament open to corruption and influence by those who were in charge. This means that it subsequently reflects the opinions of those in power as opposed to those who were in Parliament. When facing Parliament roles in the exam, you need to be very aware of this and able to detect any influences of those who were in power. Regardless of the question you get in the exam, you need to be able to understand the period and deduce who was influencing the Parliament roles at any given time. Political tensions were rife during this period. For the Battle of Bosworth, you need an awareness of Richard and the controversy regarding the Prince in the Tower and the idea of usurpation, and the idea of the battle for legitimacy of the throne, which underpins the whole era. Furthermore, the Lancastrian ideals and Margaret Beaufort pushing for Henry Tudor to take the English throne. It is important to have a sound understanding of the Battle of Bosworth and the impacts that these events had in shaping the reign of Henry VII and the changing face of England. You need to be aware of the range of allegiances, their changes through the course of the battle itself, and their significance in leading towards a Tudor victory.
So in terms of the sources themselves, it's important that you possess a range of skills so that you're able to unpick the sources and utilise the information that the exam board give you. So it is important to pick things out from the source, such as the purpose of the source and why it was written, who wrote the source and what that would mean for the nature of it as well. What type of writing is it? Is it a letter, a chronicle, a parliament roll, and how do these compare, for example, which is more significant or which would be more useful for the question concerned? How will this impact on what was written about and who was the audience for as well? So was it supposed to be seen by everybody or just a small group of people or even an individual? So in doing this, you'll be able to analyse the source critically and read the text using this information that you've collected. If you want to practice these skills and get used to the nature of 15th century material, become acquainted with the period and the language style too, you can go to the British History online website in order to become aware of the types of sources from the time that you might come across in the exam as well. We hope this has given you confidence and reassured you when you begin to revise for the exam. Be aware of the sources, utilise the information given, and use all of your relevant subject knowledge to be able to answer the questions efficiently. Good luck.